Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. We have question and answer time from Twitter. Amy put out a post yesterday asking for Q&As, and we got a whole bunch of them that I have not seen yet, so these will be completely off the cuff as we sit here on lockdown in Northern California, semi-lockdown. We can still go out. It's recommended you don't. All the restaurants and bars are closed, lots of things closed. It's going to get worse, a whole lot worse, before it gets better. Hopefully it will get better one day, but I don't know when that day is. Anyway, let's go right to the Q&A. And Amy, go ahead. This is Amy.
Hi, guys. All right, let's start with John High Note.
We don't have to read their names.
Okay.
John.
Hey, John.
Sorry, High Note.
Are we waiting on a failure to deliver in the precious metals to create the decoupling from the paper market?
No, I don't think there'll be a failure to deliver. I think the exchanges will stop trading. So the COMEX and the LBMA, which are both derivative exchanges, will probably stop trading. There won't be a failure to deliver. It'll just stop one day. And it's like Cliff said, if you don't want to live in a $100 silver world or $600 silver world, it's going to be a crazy world to live in when silver's like that. So we won't know the price of silver for a long time when the exchange is shut down. That's my take. Go ahead.
All right.
Number 2.
All right.
From
Bill Hez.
just
Hesner.
Bill, not the full
sorry.
name.
Oh, sorry, Bill. Well,
Bill.
You go on Twitter. You're
Bill H.
What's the safest way to buy small amounts of crypto?
Coinbase is probably the only way to buy small amounts of crypto, or other exchanges. Coinbase is probably, it's the largest and it's the easiest to use, but it's not the easiest to get off. I would say check anything that delivers right away, but be careful because a lot of these places are going to go under before you get your cryptos out of there. Next, please.
All right. Josh at Lake Monster. How do I convince my roommates that there will be an economic collapse without them totally freaking out?
It's too late to convince them. I'm serious. They'll have to see for themselves. It's too much to explain and get them to understand in a short amount of time. They're just going to see for themselves, and then they'll come to you for questions. Oh my God, how did you know this was happening? Stuff like that.
Good. Okay.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Paula Tuttle wants me to tell you that she's been spreading your idea to buy a bidet toilet attachment instead of fighting over TP. She bought one after you suggested it.
Yeah, the bidets are awesome. And then, of course, when I said get a bidet instead of toilet paper, everybody and the mother says, oh, why don't you use it like a squirt bottle? Here's how we do it in the backwoods. And yeah, you take a water bottle and you poke a hole in it. Psh. So, yeah, that's the important stuff. It is important. I literally is important. Amazon just announced that they're going to stop shipping in anything other than essential stuff. That probably might be essential toilet paper. But then again, how long will mail delivery continue if coronavirus lives on packages?
True.
So you might want to nuke your mail a little bit. Okay, next.
Yeah, really. All right. M.S. Rogerson says, if chaga, usnea, lip vitamin C, etc. are going to become hard to find, and if this thing is going to last for years, and if, as you say, we are all going to eventually catch it or at least be exposed, would it not make sense to save these resources and use them as a cure later?
I would say harden up now. You're not going to be able to get those resources later.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to want to have a lot of them. And I don't know what this deal is when the government will announce, oh, by the way, vitamin C is a good way to stop this thing from spreading. I mean, if we told the world now, it would help a lot. But, our government would rather have us dying and suffering. So there you have it.
All right. Jim Bix, will price of silver be kept low after the reset since it's used in so many consumer products?
There will be no reset. That would take a decider. And so there won't be a reset. It'll be a destruction of the old system and the starting of a new system. How they allocate money is unknown. What type of money is unknown. The Road to Ruin stuff says gold and silver, but That was before cryptos. Now I think it's gold, silver, and cryptos. So there's not going to be a reset. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, they're going to reset everything so that everything's fine. It's not going to be fine. It's going to be reallocation of money without deciders, which is going to be hard. Greenspan's plan was to do it according to Social Security balances. Will that work? I don't know. Probably the best of everything else. So I don't know. Nobody knows. So don't count on a reset, though, because that would mean that you believe Steve Mnuchin is, smart enough to provide you with what you had before. But it would also mean that the ultra rich are still the ultra rich and the ultra poor are still the ultra poor, and they're not going to go for it. So no reset.
No reset. At Macozen wants to know who will be the next president, assuming they have an election.
Trump, if there's an election, Trump, but I don't think there will be an election. Okay. I think we'll have a breakdown of the banking system, which means a breakdown of the governance system, which means, the 35 million people who work for our government are going to be out looking for probably survival stuff by then.
William Taylor, can rats get COVID? Had a bad dream about that.
I heard no. I heard that animals can't get the COVID, but I don't know. Next.
When did the lockdown start?
It started yesterday for Northern California in certain counties. So we're in Alameda County, which is one of the counties, San Francisco County, Marin County, Santa Clara County. Mm-hmm. So basically anything around the San Francisco Bay is where the lockdown started. It's a soft lockdown, meaning they're not going to arrest you if you go out and drive your car around. They're not yet, at least. I think a harder lockdown is coming for the whole country, probably within either this weekend or next weekend, kind of like Italy, mm-hmm. where you aren't allowed to go anywhere. Will it work? For a while, until people get sick of it and say, hey, I'm not sick and I got family who's dying on the other side of, the California. I'm going to be driving there, and then chaos erupts. So get to where you need to go now.
Okay. That was a question by King David of YouTube, by the way.
Thank you, King David.
Right. Nick Rodriguez. If markets are shut down, that would be insanely bullish for cryptos because those markets would continue operating 24/7 and become decoupled.
No.
But what about gold and silver, since they are not possible to trade outside the rigging markets?
All wrong, 100% wrong.
Sorry, Nick.
Sorry, Nick. There will be no markets open if the other markets shut down. That means the banking system is shut down. Of course, all the crypto markets run off the banking system because they have customers who just their employees. They need cash to work. They have rent. They have server maintenance. All their whole operation depends on the fiat money system staying together. So no, when the stock exchange shuts down, all exchanges will shut down. And most likely, if the exchanges have crypto, they're going to keep it and they're going to run out the back door because it's so hard to track. So you will lose your crypto, and they'll pull a Mt. Gox. Oh yeah, we lost it. We got hacked in the craziness, and there's no one to follow up on that. So you will lose your crypto if it's sitting at an exchange. Next, please.
All right. Trotters liquidated training. How much money do they possibly have to print before hyperinflation begins? And surely it's inevitable?
No. Hyperinflation is a function of if markets were freely traded, yeah, hyperinflation would already be here. That's the thing. Markets aren't freely traded. They rig the price of all the base commodities going into the markets. So gold and silver could go to zero because they rig it. Hyperinflation, whether or not it ever shows up, it probably won't because they could rig any price. We could have massive shortages, and on eBay type of thing would be a type of hyperinflation if you really want to buy silver, but you can't get it from anywhere because they rig the price so low that nobody wants to sell it. So hyperinflation it's kind of like a business school term these days. It doesn't count in manipulated markets. And it depends where all that money goes. Right now it goes into the stock market and goes to the banks. to bail out their derivative problem. So will it ever hit the consumer? I don't think so. You'll just have lack of goods and services at any price. So there you go.
All right.
Kind of an answer.
Josh at Lake Monster asks, why is the Democratic Party symbol being displayed as a rat right now?
I heard that on Google. Somebody messing with it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Probably just
They're probably Google trying to say, no, we're not in bed with the Democrats, which is bullshit. Of course they're. Okay.
Rockfish 44. Did they put a time frame on your lockdown? How is it enforced?
I think it originally was 2 weeks. It is all of a sudden now 3 weeks. Once you go on lockdown, it is very hard to get off. Very unlikely you'll get off because it doesn't solve anything. We're testing now. Can I help you?
Look in your...
We're testing. She says, look in the camera. Amy's over there.
You have to look at me.
They're testing now. The case is going to get worse and worse. The 3 weeks will turn into something more strict. It'll turn into a month. It'll turn into 3 months.
How is it being enforced?
It's not really being enforced.
It's kind of an
Although all the restaurants and bars have been threatened to shut them down if they don't follow the rules. But, you know, it's not like we enforce laws in Northern California. All right, next, please.
All right. Eddie. It's not a lockdown on the Bay Area. It's recommended you stay home, but it's not mandatory. Thanks.
It's not a lockdown in the Bay Area. It's recommended you stay home, but it's not mandatory. That will change soon. That will change very soon. Probably this weekend or next weekend when Trump... The problem right now is the banks are done. And they're not going to last the first quarter because nobody can pay their bills. And when that goes on, all of a sudden it freezes up the entire system, and then martial law, complete lockdown. So don't think this is going to get better in any time in the near future, as in the next 6 months. And then we'll see. We can rejudge then after millions have died and the next wave is a couple months away. So probably August, September, October, things will be feeling like it's improving, and then another wave of coronavirus.
All right. Abel James says, you rock, Bix. Here's a quick question. What does life in 2021 look like from where we're standing? Stay safe and keep the tunes coming.
Best case scenario, a lot different. Worst case scenario is Mad Max. And half the population is gone. 3/4 of the population is gone. Best case scenario, 10% of the population is gone. And we're learning to live differently. Everything's different from now on. It can never return to what it was, ever. You have money in the stock market, it will never be where it was. They might hyperinflate it, but those dollars won't be worth much, and you won't be able to pull it off the wherever, and you won't be able to get any goods. Everything has changed. So it'll be very different. Hopefully it won't be Mad Max. Next, please.
All right. Just a comment from Ninja. Lockdown in Peru since Monday. Corona baby boom expected in December.
Yeah, Corona baby booms.
Probably.
Yeah, a lot of sex going on because they're on lockdown. I love lockdown. All right, go ahead.
M Solid Litecoin. Any evidence COVID-19 exists prior to news reports from Wuhan? I work with a few individuals here in the USA that contracted aggressive pneumonia that put them out of work for weeks a few months ago. All said, they've never experienced anything like it. Seems odd at that time.
A few months ago, they probably had it.
So the question was, any evidence that it existed prior to the news reports from Wuhan?
Well, the Wuhan news reports were early December, I believe. Of course, coronavirus is just a generic virus. This strand, COVID-19 of coronavirus, is a man-made genetic bioweapon. So they might have had it, they might not have had it, I don't know. And it's not like it goes away. Once you get over it, you'll probably get it again unless you're fortifying your body with vitamin C, chaga, and keep doing it. You can't stop.
Yeah.
The body doesn't create the antibodies needed for this type of virus.
Mm-hmm. Carlito Brigante. What's your timeline for how long this transition to a new financial system of crypto will be? Months or years?
If it is crypto, if the people choose crypto over maybe gold, maybe silver, maybe another fiat currency, Cliff's data has the U.S. rebooting the system 3 times before they give up. So if we were smart, we'd crash it now. We would have crashed it a long time ago. But see, that's the problem. Everybody can't handle this transition, so we didn't do it, which gave the bad guys time to create this virus, which fucked everything up. So the good guys and their smooth transition, it's not going to be smooth. So we're screwed. I would say 5 years before there's a little light at the end of the tunnel.
5 years. Zbitcash says, never seen lockdown in Bay Area for last 30 years being here. This is new for everyone. Maybe totally different world on the other side. Positive attitude, good supplements of chaga and C is the way to fight COVID-19. Thank you both, Road to Ruda and Cliff High.
That's brilliant. Yeah. I mean, the best thing is the good attitude. I struggle with that these days because I'm mad at the good guys because they waited too long, and now we got this virus we have to deal with instead of just the transition out of the old system. So yeah, we're screwed. Any plans they had then, they won't work now. Mm-hmm. We got like 50 things to fight for the next 5 years at least. So next question, please.
All right, Blair. How come there are no visuals, pictures, videos, live streams, blogs of the dead people dying, family mourning, full hospitals, no proof of all these numbers?
There is in the Chinese media, but they locked it down. Coming out of Iran, you can see them. Italy, they're starting to trickle out.
Mm-hmm. Seeing pictures.
Yeah, they're coming. Don't worry, you'll see them for yourself in your local environment. So all the deniers, deny all you want, but it's not going to help anything. All it's going to do is hurt the people that you tell that this is a conspiracy. You don't have to get yourself ready for anything. You're fine. Don't worry about it. That's very reckless and irresponsible, even if it is. Because they got to get ready for the financial collapse. I can guarantee you that is happening. But this is the real deal. It was in Cliff's data. If you do the real research, you're going to find that, yes, a lot of people are going to be dying. The latest estimate in the U.S. is 2.2 million. That's the official estimate. I would say more like 20 million for the first wave. And then next year we get the second wave and then the third wave. And that's Cliff's data, has it going around the world 3 times. And then a couple years to pick ourselves out of the ashes, and we're up and running again in 5 years.
All right. COVID-19 Arkansas. How long will they slam silver and gold cryptos? Is it just to try to get people to sell their only safe assets? I feel very uneasy about this. It feels like a scam.
It is a scam. All markets are a scam. They're run with computer programs. Run by the Fed and the Treasury, Exchange Stabilization Fund, the bullion banks. That's the scam. We don't know the fair market value of anything. Cryptos have been, I've been saying it for years. They could put price of Bitcoin to 0 with a click of a mouse. Sell 10 million Bitcoin. Okay, click, done, and then shut the market. Same with gold, silver, foreign exchange, oil, the Dow, click of a mouse. Click 0, shut the market. So you want to have it in your own possession. It's very different having an asset in your own possession versus one that you have to be sure that the New York Stock Exchange is still in business and your bank is still in business and your brokerage house is still in business to cash in, to get the money in your hand to buy something real. If you can invest, start with something real in your own possession so you don't have to worry about all that other stuff. And all the prices are fake. So, and I'm looking right at the camera, Amy. She keeps looking at me, she's going like this. Look at the camera. Got Twitch. And it's our anniversary today.
Oh yeah,
5 years. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Green. Is that green?
Yeah, a little green. M0RD1N asks, how many rolls of TP do you currently have?
I don't know. Not enough. But we use the bidet system. The bidet system is brilliant. And it doesn't like rub you raw, so to speak. You can get a bidet. Well, I don't know if you can get them on Amazon anymore because Amazon kind of shut down.
Try Squatty Potty.
SquattyPotty.com. Yeah, if they're still shipping.
Yeah, if they're still shipping.
But yeah, you can try to, if Amazon's not shipping it, there's other places that are. So keep checking around. But yeah, definitely. Or you can use the squirt bottle method. I'm like, better wash your hands after that one.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Okay.
All right. Jeffrey L. Klump. Bix, your boy Donald Trump will appoint Bill Gates to be his vaccine czar coming soon.
Yeah, I think if Gates was part of that group that invented this COVID problem, I think he might have been taken out already and is sitting in Guantanamo waiting for his end result. I do know he stepped down from the board of Berkshire Hathaway and the board of Microsoft, so something's definitely going on. All Trump is the bull in the china shop. There were good guys behind him. I think they waited too long. Trump's going to try to save Wall Street, but there's no saving it. So we'll see what happens from here on out.
All right. Charlie Grimma, kind of the same thing. Will there be a baby boom in 9 months?
Well, let's ask Dr. Ruth. Was it Dr. Ruth to the sex doctor?
Yeah, there
you go.
Tim M. Bix, instead of a question, I'll make a comment. There is nothing this system has to offer us. As ugly as this gets, I want the system to implode and start over. Justice must prevail for us to have any kind of meaningful future.
Sound like me. The problem is getting from here to there, though. Yeah. And it would have been a lot easier had the good guys taken out the bad guys 2 years ago when they had a shot. Right when Trump got in, they should have taken him out. And now they've lobbed a little COVID in the middle of it, so it's going to be a hard slog from here on out.
Litecoin Pat, kind of the same question as an earlier one, but does the reset happen with gold, crypto, or both?
None of the above. Yeah. There's no reset. Maybe it's just bad terminology. What will we use as money in the future? I don't know. According to Cliff's data, the U.S. government tries 3 different things before they give up. And then probably just use cryptos and gold and silver if you want to. But most people don't know what gold and silver is. So probably cryptos, but not associated with the government. Unless, which I believe is the U.S. government has control of the Satoshi Bitcoin and the Satoshi Bitcoin Cash. And probably Charlie Lee's Litecoin. So that might be part of a plan if there is a plan. But I think the U.S. government, the current people in charge, Steve Mnuchin and Trump, are going to try to hang on to this old system. It's going to crash. It'll stop. They'll try to reboot it 3 times before they give up. So it's going to be a long slog to get any kind of sound money in place.
Okay. Doug McLaren. With lockdowns in San Francisco, what happens to the homeless? Are they able to roam the streets freely, or are they on lockdown in some way as well?
Well, Amy and I were cruising through Oakland a couple days ago, and we had noticed that they've moved out all the homeless already. I don't know where they went, but they are gone from the streets of Oakland. At least the tent encampments are gone. So hopefully they got a good place for them, and I don't know. Yeah. We haven't heard. They disappeared. Uh-oh.
Can you order Zachary's Pizza and have it delivered from Tweety?
Yes, you can, I think. I'll ask. We one of our best friends works at Zachary's, the one on College Avenue. If you guys don't know, the best deep dish pizza outside of Chicago. Yeah, I would guess they're doing a lot of business because it's great pizza. Because yes, the restaurants can do delivery or takeout. So Zachary's did a lot of takeout anyway. So they might be happy about no more messy customers in there. What do you think, Devin? No more messy customers.
All right. Dan T. I know I should ask Cliff, but he's bombed with questions. Curious how much chaga powder you put in your morning coffee to get your daily dose.
It depends the concentration, I think, of the chaga. But if you have just regular chaga powder, I think it's 2 grams.
3.
2 to 3 grams.
That was 3.
I think I have highly concentrated stuff, 100 to 1 or something like. And Cliff was all worried. Is that 100 to 1 concentration for real? Like, I don't know. It's just called 100 to 1. There it is right here, 100 to 1. I use one of the little scoop things. I think it's 1 gram of this stuff, or 2 grams per scoop.
Okay.
I might be doing a scoop and a half, apparently, according to Amy. Anyway, next, please. We got to fly through these. Keep them coming.
Oh, yeah. So Dante also asks, when will the precious metals slam back down? I'm sorry. Oh, I did that wrong. When will the precious metals bounce back up?
I don't know. When Steve Mnuchin stops clicking his mouse. That's about it. Although I think this is the final one, so they'll probably just shut the markets, the COMEX, and the LBMA down. That's my take.
Okay. I'm not sure about this question. Carlos Camargo, what are you trying to create? What does the new system is gonna look like for you?
What does the new system is going to look like for me? I don't know anymore. I mean, the coronavirus kind of put a monkey wrench into the good guys' plans of a smooth transition. So, yeah, I'm hoping for something based on crypto. I'm hoping for, no deep state takeover of, all our freedoms and rights. That's the key thing to keep an eye on, is make sure that we keep all our liberty and our freedom and our rights, because that's the first thing the bad guys go after in times of crisis. So, we're gonna have to fight for that one, and careful about turning to your government for protection, because they don't know what the hell they're doing other than they want more power. So,
all right, Dharma Duke Tantry. What are your views on Trump's disdain for cryptos and their future in a world that Trump may well have a strong hand in shaping?
I think he's lying. It's his job to lie, and he knows cryptos are part of the future. He'll probably want some gold thrown in there, but he's lying. He lies a lot. That's his job. That was Alan Greenspan's job too, was to lie about what was really going on. And I think Greenspan's lying as well about cryptos, because I think he invented them. Truthfully, he's part of a group that invented Bitcoin.
All right. Mimi asks, Julius Baer Bank in Switzerland. They said they cannot fail because they do not invest. Is it possible?
No. All banks fail if one of the too big to fail banks goes down. Why? Because all their customers will be selling the exact same assets. And if they're a bank, if they're truly a bank, I don't know the bank, the Swiss bank you're talking about, but all banks have to invest so that they can pay their employees. They don't sit there with your money in the background. It's not how banking works. All right,
Mr. Anderson with a Q. Who do you think the first arrest will be? The one that triggers mass awakening? From Q3716.
No, it will be. Well, I didn't see that Q post. I heard Q's gone a little silent these days, but the first arrests have already happened, and the first trials and the first executions have already happened. I think Bush Sr. was one of them, and John McCain was one of them. And there's more we don't hear about. So I don't know. I part of the problem that we're facing now is that so much was done behind the scenes. We don't know how far along this has gone, the takedown of the bad guys. So it's anybody's guess. Obviously Epstein was a big one. That was a big takedown, and with Epstein goes a lot of the criminal elite, because he had videotapes on everybody. So everybody in Washington, everybody in New York, all throughout Europe. It's bad news. All right, next.
JRO1257. Can we confirm JPM is long silver now?
Can we confirm that? I would say probably. I haven't seen the data. According to Ted Butler, they were very close to closing out their now they are long physical metal. That has been confirmed by the warehouse data, by the U.S. Mint. They were buying U.S. Silver Eagles. That's why Eagles went up for 8 years straight. They were an authorized distributor, and then somebody found that out, like in 2011 or 12, and called the Mint and said, "What the hell?" And then the Mint didn't take them off. They stopped publishing who the authorized distributors are. So that tells you kind of what is going on. But JPMorgan has a bigger problem when it comes to silver. They're up on RICO charges for rigging that market. And a RICO charge, if they lose, they'll have to pay up to 3 times the amount stolen. So it said they have about 1 billion ounces of physical silver. They'll have to pay back 3 billion. Of course, there isn't 3 billion, so they are dust. Whenever the DOJ wants to pull that trigger, which is probably when the system crashes, they're going to blame them finally, Jamie Dimon and Blythe Masters, and probably the entire board of JPMorgan. All right.
News 2020. Are you prepared to bunker down for 3+ months?
Yes.
Redacted. Do you think paying the higher premium for American Eagles or Canadian Maple Leafs is worth the money over rounds? Also, do you think platinum is a good buy?
It's hard to find any silver right now at any price. I would say don't buy it if they're promising you like 3 to 4 weeks delivery. Only buy it if you get your hands on it right now. Go to your local coin shop and say, "I want to buy that." Or you trust the guy and they can ship immediately. I know Miles Franklin, depending on what you're looking to buy, some of it they can ship immediately, but most of it they're gonna have to wait. So you're gonna have to trust that the system's gonna stay together for 3 or 4 weeks for him to get that silver that's coming. So if I'm buying silver right now, I'm going to a local coin shop and saying, "Hey, what do you got?" and then paying whatever he asks.
What about platinum?
Platinum, I mean, everything's better than fiat money in your pocket, but platinum is a lesser type of monetary metal, and it's rigged though too. They're all rigged. So sometimes platinum goes crazy, and everybody's, "Oh, I should have invested in platinum." No, it's because it's rigged higher. That's the only reason. All right, next.
All right, last question's kind of a repeated one. Diggs Wells asks, how is the lockdown manifesting? What are the mandates from your out-of-control, dumb, bleep politicians? Love to Rotorua.
Yeah, the mandates right now, it's a soft lockdown. So there's not many people protesting it. They're saying, fine, fine, fine. Well, here's the problem. When you got bars and restaurants and gyms that are shut down, they're not going to be happy after like a week. They're going to say, "What the hell? I have no money now, and you're forcing me to lock down." That's when people break the lockdowns. That's when the big hand of government comes in, saying you're killing people because you're opening your business, and you're saying, "I have to feed my family," blah, blah, blah. They've already extended the tax payment 90 days. That will never happen, by the way. I don't think we'll ever have to pay tax again. At least that kind of tax, because this is the end game. It's the end game for the monetary system. Be it, I didn't want it to come around this way. I would rather have it. I don't like that it's being blamed on a virus. It's a man-made virus. It's a bioweapon, but I don't like that the system is going to crash and they're going to blame it on the virus. It should have crashed and been blamed on the criminals who stole from humanity for all these years. Ultimately, it will be. But the good guys waited too long. That's why I've been screaming for so long. And now, we're going to get the crash. We're going to get the destruction of the old system. We're going to start a new system. But it could have been done a lot, I guess, easier than this. There's no turning back now. It's over. So, hunker down and do the best you can. It's going to be a hell of a lot worse. And this is when government comes in and tries to take over everything. So make sure you stand up for your rights and your freedom, because if you lose that, you're going to lose any reason for fighting these fights. Trust me. Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you, Amy Weir, for lovely questions.
You're very welcome.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you guys for joining, and we'll do this again. This was fun. Any questions? I like spontaneous questions out of the blue. This is Bix. I'll talk to you guys later.